Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service. We are talking Misericordia women's soccer. We are joined by senior Amber Hartranft. And Amber, you come to us via Eastern Lebanon. They're down in southern Pennsylvania, the central part of Pennsylvania. You're a sport management major. And let's talk about you're having a heck of a start here with your fellow ladies there at Misericordia. Really another fantastic start. And Coach is pretty excited, I'm sure, as always. Coach Staffrey, he works you hard, but he's got to be excited about the start. But I know he's probably making you continue to work hard. But let's first talk about your success that you've had here early in the season with your teammates.
Yeah, so season, for me personally, got started a little slow. This past weekend, though, I had 2 goals for us. They're in some big games, but I wouldn't have gotten done without my teammates, setting me up on the opposite end. This past weekend, we got Alex Gallagher back, who was dealing with some injuries to start the year. And, the first game back, she got in, and she had a huge assist for us playing against RIT. And we've had, like I said, some injury issues to start off, but we've had some girls really stepping up. We have a freshman, Devin Anderson. She got thrown into the game like 20 minutes before it was going to start, and she stepped up and scored a goal that game, actually. So we're having some people really step up and fill in and help out fill up roles that with all the injuries we're having.
And that tournament, the Cougar Classic, when you bring in, Ithaca and RIT, and as Coach says, they're good tests for you. So talk about some things that those type of teams bring to the table, whether it's tactically or athletically, and how, you try to attack them.
Yeah, so with Ithaca and RIT, they're normally NCAA tournament teams, so they're very good with how they hold their shape playing, normally fast, athletic, playing Misericordia women's soccer, and just having a good time, keeping the energy up, and just making sure we were being passionate about the game. And it really showed, especially against Ithaca. We came out hard. I don't even think we gave up a shot the first half, but with those teams, we just like to try to just high pressure them, and if we can win the ball, make them force turnovers, just look to quick counter them and get after them, and that's what happened this past weekend.
Amber, let's talk about the talent pool there at Misericordia University. It's pretty darn deep. Girls from all over the place. So what's it like for you when you get out of high school and you head and play some college soccer? What was that experience like? It's a few years ago now that you're a senior.
Yeah.
But, take us back to that transition.
Yeah, I can still remember when first coming here. It was totally like learning how to play soccer all over again. As a freshman, it was the greatest experience ever, getting to play beside Megan Mahoney. She was a 2-time All-American for us, has like the goals record, assist record, all that. So just being able to learn from her, I know me and like the fellow forwards of my class really appreciated that. Even like Aaron Roberts, Aaron McGreal, like all the Megan Lanigan, all those girls, played in the Final Four and really taught all of us a lot, especially my class. And it's definitely like getting into it. It's like totally learning how to play soccer all over again, but it's an amazing experience. Once you get it and you understand it, it totally takes your game to another level.
Well, Amber, you talk a little bit about your teammates. How about offensively this year? Talk about some of the weapons. Obviously, you've had a couple of goals, but who are some other weapons this year on the field we can expect from the Cougars to score this season?
Yeah, so this year we're returning all of our forwards from last year. We only lost one senior, and she was our outside back. So we got Jackie Stevens up top. She was an All-American last year. Great forward, fast, so great at taking people on 1v1. And I mentioned earlier, too, Alex Gallagher. She's a region player for us. Like same thing as Jackie, great speed, good 1v1 skills. Anderson, the one freshman who's been stepping up for us. Ashley Edgel, who was a starter for us last year as well. She's a junior this year. She's great in there, great at receiving the ball with her back to goal and turning and creating things for us. So we definitely are pretty stacked up top with returning everyone again, so it's exciting.
How about defensively? Talk about some key players this year you feel will help keep those goals off the board, which it seems like so far that's been the case.
Yeah, so this year we thought we were just going to be losing Kylan Smith, who was a senior for us last year at outside back, but unfortunately, we had 2 ACL injuries to our 2 starting center backs since my freshman year with Alexa Alcheski and Kristen Ritter. But we've had freshmen Emma step up, and she's doing a great job. And we've had Lauren Anderson. She's a sophomore. Both of them stepped up and filled the center back roles and are doing a great job. We actually moved one of our forwards, Gina Orfanos, back to being an outside back, and she's done tremendous. Totally learning a whole new position this year. It's like she's been playing it her whole life. She's killing it. And then we have Alyssa Pajero, keeper back there for us. She's a senior this year. She's so great vocally with communicating with the back line with all the new people we have playing there. She's doing a great job of keeping everything in front of her, and she's making big saves when we need it. So,
element of toughness to be a soccer player. You find out, you think, okay, high school I'm pretty tough, club soccer I'm pretty tough. I guess when you get to college, you really realize this is toughness, and you get to see bodies all over the place in a good way. You're flying around, you're physical, and then you got to pick yourself up sometimes when you're hurt. Talk a little bit about what it's like to compete at the level that Misericordia University women's soccer competes at.
Yeah, we like to just go 110% all the time. If you get knocked down, knocked off a ball, and you fall, like if you're not seriously hurt, you're expected to get up and get back into position and just be constantly fighting for the teammates next to you and just giving your all for the team. Because if every single player on our field is doing that, it's going to take somebody very good to beat us with how good we are technically and athletically on the ball.
Amber, to gear up for this senior season, personally, what were some things you thought that you put in the off season to kind of say, hey, this is it. I want to make this as special as I can make it for myself and my teammates?
Yeah, so this was actually unique for me going into my senior year. The past two previous seasons, I haven't been able to participate in preseason because I had during that 2-year span, 4 injuries. So going into this preseason, I was just really making sure that I was on top of my fitness, being out running, making sure that I was lifting regularly and going to the gym and just trying to get my speed back that I had my freshman year. And it was nice because I knew what to expect going in. It wasn't like freshman year, like, oh my goodness, like what's going to happen and everything. And I just kept reminding, like there'd be days, it's tough to make yourself get up and run, but it's like I got to go out and do this for myself. I got to go out and do this for my teammates. If we want to win a MAC conference championship again, want to compete for a national title, like you got to make the sacrifices now in order for it to happen come the end of October and November. So,
Amber, your major sport management, what do you hope to do with that here in the future?
Right now, I'm looking for this spring. I'm trying to get an internship with the Philadelphia Union. This past summer, I did game day volunteering with them, with their partnership marketing team. But mostly once I graduate and everything, I really just want to work in soccer, whether that's marketing or doing event operations. I just love the sport, and I want to continue to help grow it in the United States.
Amber, how about the support from your family, whether it's the academic end, the athletic end, or just being there for you? Sometimes you just need somebody to talk to.
Yeah, my family has been great my entire soccer career. Ever since I was a little kid, my grandparents used to even come out to my practices and everything, and my grandpa, who unfortunately passed away going into the summer into me going into 8th grade, he's a big inspiration for me still playing. Like, even though he's not physically here with me, I know that he's always watching over me and looking out for me playing. That was one of the toughest things back when I was injured, that I wasn't able to play for him, and it made me feel disconnected. But when I was younger, he used to come to practices after, stay with me. We'd stay an extra half an hour just working on shooting, working on whatever I wanted to work on. And my family, I can't thank them enough for how much they've been there for me throughout the whole process.
Well, Amber, we appreciate you sharing your personal story there about your late grandfather and, of course, your family who's there for you. But continued success this season. Of course, great health, and keep up the great play there at Misericordia University.
Thank you so much.
Amber Hartranft from the Misericordia University women's soccer team here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service.